Welcome. Right, we're on today, we're talking about clubhead blur. Clubhead blur is the path the club takes during impact and how you can make sure that your path is on the intended path you want, whether you're swinging in to out to in, depending on the shape of shot you're trying to hit, or even just a straight shot, whatever. You can control that during a practice routine and then implement that when playing the shot. I'm going to show you how. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's free to subscribe to, leave a little thumbs up afterwards and share the video around. So today we're going to talk about the clubhead blur. What I mean by clubhead blur is the line the club takes through impact as we play the shot. So basically the path of the clubhead. Or the sweet spot, to be more precise. So when I address the golf ball, if I want to hit the ball right to left, I'm playing a draw. I address the ball in the fashion of playing a draw. Of course my Eureka, everything's open, but that's another story. But I want the path of the club to be going from inside the target line to outside the target line to get that right to left ball flight. But before I play the shot, there's a little move I can do that creates a blur of the club head to allow me to see or rehearse muscle memory wise or what I'm going to do when I play the shot. So I take my address position, I take the club back inside my ball to target line, so it comes back inside and then out over the top of the golf ball out to the right, so I can see that the path of the club is at an angle over the ball as I take the club head back and through. So the blur of the club head is in to out. I can see it creates a little blur. As I waggle backwards and forwards, I can see that the club head creates a blur, and that's my indicated or my dictated path for the shot I'm going to play. That blur is what I want to follow. When I play the shot, I want to make sure that my club head path marries up with that little pre-shot waggle. Can you see the blur? You see how that creates a blur? You know what? Let's get rid of that. So I'm hitting draw. The blur I'm after here is from in to out. Now I don't do it beside the golf ball. I don't come away out here and do it because then I have to move towards the golf ball and I've made the blur in a different position of where I'm going to actually be playing the physical shot from. So I make sure I'm on top of the golf ball. I may take practice swings first and then step onto the ball, take my address position. Now I'm ready to execute. Before I do that, I'll just make sure path in to out. I'm going over the top of the ball. There's the blur from in to out. Brilliant, happy with that. Then I can just go behind the ball again, play my little right to left ball flight in to out path. Because the homework's been done. I've created the blur, I've then put the club head behind the ball, reenacted the blur. It's the muscle memory, it's the motion. You know, that waggle, that blur I'm creating, I'm not just moving my hands, I'm moving my body away and body through. Body away, body through. So there's actually rotation, hips are rotating, knees are turning, left knee's externally rotating, shoulders are opening up. That's all to create the blur. Then I step on and repeat. And I get that shape of shot I'm after. So I'm doing that really fast so you can see the blur, but you can see it going in to out, you can see the paths in to out. Of course, if I'm hitting fade, I'll do the opposite. The blur's now going left. Get my address position, new practice swing, so I'm going left to right, out to in. I'm feeling that, then step on. Ball positions move, everything's moved in relation to the shape of shot I'm playing. But then I take the club back through, there's the blur I'm after. You can see I hold the face open a bit more. Still feel the body turn, that's what I want to feel like when I play the shot. I can see that blur, I can see the path going out to in. Step on, execute. I get that little different shape, my path followed the blur. So I've got that left to right ball. Depends on the construction of the golf club or the finish of the golf club. If it's got a matte black finish or a gunmetal finish, the blur's slightly different obviously. But you can actually see the blur. You'll see, I mean, if you had a white-headed driver, who's got a white-headed driver nowadays? If you have a white-headed driver, you'll really see the blur against the green grass. But certainly, I mean, a chrome head, anything, you'll actually be able to see the blur. You'll see what I mean when you try this. But as I say, don't just waggle it from the hands. Make sure the whole body moves. Make sure you're feeling that impact position you're after, which is creating the blur. That's the muscle memory you want. That's what's going to happen when you execute the shot, we hope. So one more, I find it easier. When you want to hit straight shot, then you try and get more bottom of the arc. So straighter flight, I feel I hold things off a little bit more for a straighter flight. So I make sure that's part of the drill. I feel that holding off, the blur is coming in, square in. So it's coming in behind me, it's coming back to square and back in. It's not coming across the line at all. There, step on, you don't have to move my feet, I'm all in place. There's that straight kind of held off shot that's very good. I find it easier to try and explain these things by hitting draw. The into-out path for me is the way I can visualise what I'm doing better and better to explain to people when I'm coaching, because I can get that shape working better. But that's personal to me. If you hit it left to right, then you'd be the opposite way. There we go, high draw. Guys, as I mentioned at the start, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do so. It's free, as you know. A little thumbs up's always good. And have you got your dead aim marker yet? You seen that little gadget? That is it's transformer putting. What a cracking little tool. Links below.